Was just going to show an example of right being triggered from the right wing as an example. I mean, we're all familiar with how the left wing does it. Claiming being offended or racist when it really wasn't, or it is borderline. But anyway, this guy said. Actually, I think I agree with most of this guy's post. He's talking about deprogramming people. 75 million people. He's talking about Trump voters, but how many stop the steal people are there that are hardcore? Much less. So I definitely don't think it's 75 million people. First of all, he's talking about deprogramming radicalization, so he's comparing it to Germany or Japan, which are extreme examples of this, or like Reconstruction in the South. And this guy's a Democrat operative, by the way. He starts talking about why and his idea. And I agree to a certain extent. If people are thinking, Trump got screwed out of the election and our democracy is illegitimate, and what are these people then thinking? What? To overthrow the government? Some of them maybe, or to burn the whole thing down. The whole thing's potentially toxic. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can read it. But then people reacted like, "Oh, this guy wants to put us in camps. He wants to have gulags," which is definitely at least a huge stretch. That's why he says, "I'm not advocating re-education camps or anything like that." He's talking about conservative disinfotainment, whatever. I agree with it to a large extent. Like people that at the worst are listening to Alex Jones and thinking that the Sandy Hook shooting was a false flag to take our guns. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be bad to deprogram these people. But anyway, Otto Pohl, he's actually taking this to heart. Like, this guy really wants to put us in camps. You know what I mean? It's just an example of ridiculous right wing, bending over backwards to try to portray yourself in the victim. This guy is proposing sending 75 million people to camps. The denazification in Germany he proposes as a model started with the rape of 2 million women. Yeah, so I guess this guy wants to rape all women who voted for Trump. It's an interesting strategy. Post-World War and he has like multiple posts on it. Post-World War II treatment of Germany started with the rape of 2 million women. They must have raped some men in there too. Like, at least a couple must have gotten caught in that. It progressed to the ethnic cleansing of 12 million civilians. This is the fear, what's produced in the right-wing fear factory. Like any change that wants to be made involves putting you in a camp, enslaving you, taking away your rights, poisoning you through vaccines, controlling you through the internet and vaccines. So there's just like a lot of fear porn out there about this type of activity. The Allies killed over 3 million Germans, 41 to 49. Well, yeah, he never says why, like maybe the fact that they tried to genocide a lot of other people and then they fought back, but whatever. They want to do to the U.S. what was done to Germany in 1945 to 46. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. It's like this game where you try to portray what the other side says as toxic and threatening, and you pretend to be threatened by it, like it's really horrible. And then every time the other side gets offended by something, you call them a bunch of triggered snowflakes. This is like the game that's played now. Again, here's another post. He's actually really saying that these people are proposing building gulags. just, I used to think it was all the left that would portray itself as bend over backwards to try to make themselves out to be the victim. But really, in this environment, you can see it on the right, because having just lost this election and being upset about it, you can see it really coming out. But anyway, it's pathetic, cringe, but kind of entertaining, as long as you're not the one doing it. Let people be idiots.